to my channel again. Today we're going to talk about career direction. Thanks for joining. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel so you can get updated on tips, information, newest videos, things like that. And make sure you comment in case you have any questions regarding the topic of the video or anything you want me to discuss pertaining to anything. So make sure you drop the comments below. Today I'm going to talk about career direction. So one of the first two questions I often ask when someone's getting me to do their resume, their information, cover letters, things like that, or portfolios for jobs, professional portfolios. So the first two questions I ask is, what field are you in, or what industry are you in, or what kind of job are you looking for? Now, most people, if they're in a specific area, if you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, or things like that, if you have a specific profession, then of course you already know what you're looking for. But most people give me the answer of it's very surprising what the answer is, and I receive answers that I really don't want to hear when I ask those questions. So the typical answer or response is, I don't know, something that's paying at least this amount, or something that's paying at least that amount. Okay. Step number one, and I'm looking at my notes that I wrote as well because I can't remember everything. So step number one is to have direction in your professional life and stop looking for just another job. Be specific in what kind of job that you're looking for. You know how from kindergarten all the way up through the 12th grade, most people ask the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? What are you going to do when you graduate from high school? So most answers were doctors, lawyers, teachers, and nurses, and all those kind of professions. So I want to say we got to keep that same energy. Just because you got a little older, and just because life has went in a different direction than where you thought it was gonna go, that don't mean it's too late to kind of start over now. So quit just looking for the next job. At a certain age, I think we should look into careers. And when I mean careers, everything doesn't have to be a whole lot of money. When I say career, I mean when I say career, I mean stable as far as your employment. If you lost your job right now, you won't be stuck filling out applications hoping somebody will call you back, because you'll have a career. You'll have a specific skill where if you lost your job, someone's looking for you because you have a specific skill that they need. So, like I said, keep that same energy for when people asking you what you want to be when you grow up and all this. Okay, keep that same energy, and whatever it is that you want it to be, you actually can still be it. It's just a protocol to follow, or certain steps to help you get there. So I'm just looking at, like, if you're gonna have a job, because you got to work for somebody. If you're not an entrepreneur, if you're not trying to open your own business, then you're gonna work for somebody. So if you're going to work for somebody, I just look at it like you might as well get the most out of the job. You might as well do something that you like doing. You might as well get a decent pay for doing it. So when I put it into perspective, people say, "Oh, it's not that easy." It is easy, just like everything else in life. We have a tendency to make it harder than what it really is. So also, I want to be 100% realistic on this video as well. Some people will want $20 an hour but don't have a specific skill. You might have experience working, maybe at the warehouse. Nothing wrong with the warehouse, don't get me wrong. Um, but you might have experience working just as a material handler at the warehouse for the last 10 years. So if you lost your job as a material handler at the warehouse, then now you're left looking for another warehouse job. Anybody can pick up boxes. Anybody can pick and pack. So you don't have a special skill to kind of warrant somebody to, give you $20 an hour if you don't have anything specific. Now, if we're going to go into the warehouse realm, if that's the example I'm making, okay, drive the forklift. Be a certified machine operator, or whatever it is that you do at your job. Try to maximize your total potential at that job and try to reach the highest level of that job. Basically, I'm saying, instead of taking your chances of looking up and get another job, just make the preparations and prepare yourself, for that job. And some people say, what's for me will be for me. But trust me, you know what I'm saying, you can miss out on things that are for you just due to not being prepared. Because it's mainly a thing where opportunity meets preparation. And if you have the opportunity and you're not prepared, then you've missed your chance. And that was for you. You just missed it because you weren't prepared. So now we'll discuss the transition from having a job to a career. So like I said, most people say, oh, it's hard, it's not that easy. Okay, so what do I need to do? So step number one is to think of the things that you're good at. Think of the things you like to do and relate it to a specific profession. For example, if you like caring for people, you like sitting with people, making sure they're well, if you like the medical field and you like being in a direct care position, then you might want to look into something like CNA or medical assistant, LPN, which is a licensed practical nurse, or you might look into RN, or start from the beginning and work your way up with those steps. But just look at what do you like to do, what you're good at, and how you can monetize it into a career. So what helps me along the way, and I'll say it's a proven record, a proven method, because I also help other people, and they've done this exact thing, and it has helped. So what I suggest is make a list of short-term goals and make a list of long-term goals. Because sometimes we'll get ahead of ourselves and, we'll start one thing and then stop it and start another. So it's good to make a list of what are your short-term goals, what are you trying to accomplish now within the next year or so. And then you're going to write a list of your long-term goals, what are you trying to accomplish within the next 5 to 10 years. So break your goals down and write the steps on each one that's going to take to accomplish that goal. Okay, for example, like we mentioned about CNA. So let's say you wanted to be a CNA. So your first step is going to be find a CNA school, gather all the information. So on your piece of paper, your number one is going to be find a CNA school, gather information. So once you've gathered the information, you kind of know from there. Then second, you would, let's say you need to evaluate the requirements to get into the school. So that means you need to see, are you eligible? Do I need a high school diploma, or do I need college credits, or whatever it is? Then you see what it takes to now get to the second step of reaching your goal. Number three would be to enroll into a CNA class. So after you found the school, after you've gathered the information, after you've evaluated the requirements and saw that you are eligible, so the next step will be to find a CNA class to enroll into. So after you find the class to enroll into, of course you're going to enroll into the class, you're going to finish the class, and your next step will be to take the national certification exam. Because after you take the national certification exam, then you are certified as a CNA. So you see how that works, and then what you can do is really just check off as you go. As far as like you had number one, find a CNA school. Okay, once you found a CNA school, you can check that off your list as being that's accomplished. So that helps me kind of prioritize my tasks, keep things in order, keep me focused, keep me on track as far as accomplishing my goal and where I stopped off at and where I need to pick up at to finish. So I will do this with every goal, whether it's a professional or whether it's a personal goal, and just check it off as you accomplish it. Now, most people think that you have to have a college degree to be successful. That is highly untrue. I know many, and not talking about entrepreneurs, talking about people with jobs who don't have college degrees. So I think that's a very false myth that's out there that you have to have a college degree to have a good job and to have a nice career. What most people don't know these days that certifications are kind of the new wave. Because even with degrees, sometimes it can be hard for you to find a job depending on what field that your degree is in. Because if you get a degree in something that is not in high demand, then you went to school, you wasted your time and your money, and nobody is hiring in that field. So you kind of wasted your time. So now certifications are kind of a big thing. IT certifications, medical field certifications, different branches of things. So I'm going to give you a prime example, a personal example. So I have 2 degrees. So I'm not knocking anyone who have degrees or anything like that because I firmly believe in education. It's kind of the way to get out of your financial situation or to be in a better situation. Education is sometimes or most times the key. So I don't knock degrees or anything. I have an associate's degree in psychology. I have a bachelor's degree in healthcare administration. So I do not knock degrees. But I came into a fork in the road, and I was like, what am I going to do now? I have 2 degrees. I'm not making the money that I thought I would make because they sell you this dream. Get all these student loans. And don't get me wrong, if I had to do it all over again, I definitely would because I look at it as an investment. It takes money to make money. So just like a person would invest into their business, to make sure it grows. You have to buy the food if you're owner of a restaurant to be able to sell it to people. So it's just like school is an investment. You invest in yourself. You go and you take the classes, and then you hope you get a return or ROI, a return on your investment once you get through. So my personal story was, like I said, with the 2 degrees. In my mind, I'm gonna be making 6 figures once I finish my bachelor's degrees in healthcare, things like that. Ain't wrong. You can make 6 figures. It just depends on the field that your degree is in. So I'm searching around. Now I'm looking for a master's degree program. So I'm looking for a master's degree program so I can kind of see what's going on and things like that to get a better degree, better my chances, better my education, to have some better money, better income. So I'm glad I didn't go the master's degree route. I just so happened to talk to one of my good friends. She is a medical coder. And so I just so happened to talk to one of my good friends. She asked me had I thought about it. I was like, no, I want some real money. And she was like, what do you think medical coders make? And so I'm like, maybe $40,000 or something like that. So she showed me her pay stub, well, not her pay stub, her statement from the Social Security office as far as how much money you make annually, every year, things like that. This young lady does not have no degree, no 0 degrees. She has two prestigious medical coding certification. One is called the CCS, which is the Certified Coding Specialist, and the other is the CPC, which is the Certified Professional Coder, and that's the one I got now. Yay me! It was a lot to pass it, but she has those two certifications with no degrees at all, and she was making 6 figures for the last 5 years. So that made me look into, let's check into certifications and kind of see what's going on there. So when I checked into it, I saw where she was making, like I said, she was making 6 figures. So that made me look into it. And once I did, the average just starting off with maybe like one certification is around $60,000. Now I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people with bachelor's degrees that come out of college and they don't make $60,000 a year. I mean, $60,000 is not a lot of money, and it just goes to show that you'll spend all that time in school and you still won't make a lot of money. So whenever you're getting into looking into what degree you're going to get or what certifications you're going to get, make sure that field is in high demand so you won't waste your time, so you won't waste your money, you won't be upset because you can't find a job and things like that. So basically, as an overview, kind of take control of your professional life. As you get older, you don't want to be in a state of just looking for a job, working here for a few months, working there. You want to kind of get you a specific skill. So if anything ever happens and this specific job lays you off, and you can just go somewhere else and say, hey, I'm certified in forklift. Hey, I'm a certified coder. Hey, I'm a registered nurse, or whatever. I'm a CNA, whatever it is. And like I said, it's not about so much as the money, but it's about the stability of having a career and always being able to make money on a job if that's what you're going to do. So thanks for joining me today as we talked about career direction. Kind of wanted to steer some people, along their journey because I get a lot of questions also about degrees, certifications. I'm looking for a job. I just want anything. Stop just wanting anything. Whatever you want, just say what you want. You have to speak things into existence. So just stop just going for the bare minimum just because, oh, I know I can get $10, so that's what I want. No, kind of raise the bar for yourself. Raise the bar so you can meet those expectations, so you can get better, so you can do better and things like that. So thanks for joining me. Like I said, if you have any questions, any comments, drop them below. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for joining.